I did my first, one of my first-ish movies was a movie called The Life Before This, and I played a fat actress in it. I actually wore a fat suit in it, and it was the first time I learned about comedy because I feel like I had to be funny. I had to be funny or I was just the ugly whatever girl, and it taught me a lot. It made me grow as an actor in a way that I don't think if I would have started out being your typical just beautiful girl, I would get the girlfriend parts. And I think because I started in that, people would see those movies and then then I would get the opportunity to do better roles. So I think that has a bit to do. I don't know. There's different.
Well, and that really interests me because now I've just heard through the grapevine you're friends with Sarah Gadon, is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And like Sarah Gadon's like this Grecian goddess of beauty, you know, like
oh, her, you're like
yeah,
oh my God,
yeah.
Your skin like translucent.
She's beautiful, and extremely talented too. And the thing about her is that I often look at her in films and I think, you know, I wonder if she would get the same intelligent opportunities to play these fantastic characters that she does if she was, you know, maybe in America. Would she just be the girlfriend role, or would she get something as, you know, as you know, kind of this very offstandish woman in Cosmopolis, and which the two of you were in, by the way.
Yes, yes.
Did a great job in that. That was really awkward though.
That was
awkward.
That was awkward. That was terrifying too, because you know David doesn't and he says this to everyone, so I'm not talking out of school, but David doesn't direct really. He just casts you and believes he cast the right person. And so my first day, thank God Jay Baruchel had done his part in it before me, so he called me and was like, just FYI, if David doesn't say anything to you, it's okay. He doesn't do that. But my first day in the limo, and there's this microphone in there, and David's off, and me and Rob do our scene, and then you hear the voice of God coming in, and he goes, again, and like, but the time he said, that was very nice, both Rob and I were like, oh my, it was like Simon Cowell was complimenting us. It was amazing. So yeah, that was terrifying.
I'm going to go back to My Awkward Sexual Adventure, and just kind of ask you, how can Canadian audiences connect with the film?
My guess is that because during the festival, I couldn't believe it that we were one of like the first films to be completely sold out, all our screenings. And I have to say, it's clearly not because of the cast. None of us are famous. I think it's the title, and I argued with Jonas about that title. I hated it because I was like telling him, it all came from I went to cash my first check from the movie, and the teller guy was like, My Awkward Sexual Adventure, huh? What'd you do for this? And it was a big check. And I realized then that I'm gonna have to do press for this movie, and My Awkward Sexual Adventure, every time I said the title, I was embarrassed of it, and I didn't want to be embarrassed of a movie that I'd seen a cut of and loved, right? Yeah. So I was telling Jonas, I'm like, please change the title. And he's like, no, it's so good. Then when we premiered here, and it was completely sold out, and I knew it was because of that title, I apologized to Jonas, and I said I may have been wrong. But I think why I also was kind of uncomfortable with it was because it didn't encapsulate the whole movie I saw, because there is that part that you go to see it for that, but then you get this whole other sweet and just heartwarming kind of rom-com story. So I wasn't sure that would be clear in that title. But, you know, if it gets people to see the movie, then that's great, because honestly, the people, the audiences after the film, no one was disappointed. No one was like, I came to see My Awkward Sexual Adventure, and you get
and awkward. It wasn't awkward.
Yeah, and it's awkward. It's awkward.
Died of embarrassment. I died. Awesome.
Okay, think how I felt when I hadn't seen it on a big screen, okay? And then that scene comes up, which was my favorite scene shooting.
Was it really?
The best. I never laughed so hard when Jonas ate the cantaloupe and
he
it
just
spilled.
keeps going
And he
and
keeps
going.
going. The
Like,
crew.
yeah.
I can't believe you can't see the camera shaking in it because I don't think we got a take without people laughing. And we had so much fun that day. But then I see the turn and I wanted to die.
Oh,
But then I also, at the same time, it's like when I watch Girls, you know, that show Girls.
Yeah.
I like seeing the way they do the sex in that. I like seeing her body, how it is. I like that no one's posing and in certain positions and that you see it like it looks real. And that is what we were going for. We wanted it to look real. And even my husband was like, how'd you do that? I'm like, oh, trick angle, smoke, mirrors.
Yeah, of course.
Big band-aids. That's
Yeah. But yeah, I call it the laundry syndrome. Like when people are folding laundry in movies, and it's like you would not fold laundry like that at all.
Oh my God, I love you. That is so true.
Drives me nuts. I would rather see somebody like screw up their lines a little and like fold properly. Like who does socks like that? Yeah.
I find that as an actor, if I am not doing the real thing, I can't do anything else.
Yeah.
And so it's very hard when a lot of the time you do have to fake stuff. Most of the time you have to pretend something's there and it's not. But when you're doing something, God, I feel like I just had this experience with this. Oh yeah, I was in Sudbury, we had to drive and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, don't move it. It just looks better like if you're fake driving." And I'm like, I can't, well, because then I'm fake looking, and then I'm fake talking, and then I'm fake everything. It all springs from there, right? Oh, and it is the worst. You have to feel bad for the actor, though, in that scene who is folding not properly because they don't know what to do with their arms. It's horrible.
They know I'm watching and judging.
Yes.
Will you marry me?
I can't spend the rest of my life having sex with just you.
Jordan Abrams, please report to the gate.
I'm waiting for someone.
She's not coming.
Right, you need intensive training. You need like a Jedi master.
Yes, I need a Yoda.
Yes, a Yoda.
Can't learn it from a book, dumbass. Let's see what you got. Whoa. Whatever you just did right there, don't ever do that again.
I was thinking it would be like a class.
These women, they are trained to make you blow your wad as quickly as possible. If you can hold your load with her, you can hold your load with anyone.
Violation, room 3.
As your sexual mentor, I need you to stay focused.
No.
Hit me with some dirty talk.
Yeah, like, oh baby, I'm so moist.
You're a guy, why are you moist?
No, I'm not. I'm freaking hard. Do I have any shoes? I can't believe how good I feel. I'm totally anonymous, you know?
You're live on CKMD National Television. Winnipeg accountant Jordan Abrams.
Okay, now pretend to Rachel.
Rach, it's not fair that I'm not allowed to have dairy products in the home just because you are lactose intolerant. I like yogurt.
Do you think you could maybe dig a little deeper?
While you were gone, I had sex.
Yeah, I kind of figured. It's difficult to imagine this ending well.